Now, some people like to take shots at attorneys and say, oh, see how he wants to get the money for his client no matter what side he's on. Yes, exactly. So you're going through a divorce after winning the lottery. Who keeps the loot? Well, that's a question I've gotten many times. Not from actual lottery winners, mind you, just from curious dreamers about winning the lottery, not about getting a divorce. Well, maybe they're dreaming about that too, I don't know. But anyway, here's the answer. It depends. Yeah, I know you hate that answer as much as I do, but it does. Different scenarios have different answers, so I'll go through them. Okay, first scenario. You're married and you're living together, and you or your spouse buys a winning lottery ticket. In Georgia, the treatment of lottery winnings in a divorce is subject to the state's laws governing the division of marital property, just like any other property. Georgia is an equitable distribution state, which means that marital assets, including lottery winnings acquired during the marriage, are typically divided equitably, that means fairly, though not necessarily equally, between the spouses in a divorce. But if there is not a reason to deviate from equal shares, then the winnings will probably be divided 50-50 between you guys. Now, here's the second scenario. You're already separated and one of you buys a winning lottery ticket. This is where there may be some wiggle room. So first, let me tell you the law. Right up until the judge signs your divorce decree, the court can consider any earnings or accumulations by either party as marital property and then decide how to divide it. So if I were your attorney and you want the winning lottery ticket, I'd be arguing that you guys are now living separate lives and the lottery ticket should be considered yours alone, as should your income from your job or any other endeavors such as side gigs like singing in a band on the weekends, being a wedding photographer, or whatever. However, if your spouse bought that winning lottery ticket and I was representing you, I'd look for evidence that you're still commingling finances, such as sharing in the cost of the marital residence that one of you is still living in, or still using the same bank account or credit card or what have you, and therefore you should be considered one financial entity until you're officially divorced, and therefore you should split those lottery winnings. What you just heard is two very differing arguments for what should happen to those same winnings during the separation period. Now, some people like to take shots at attorneys and say, oh, see how he wants to get the money for his client no matter what side he's on. Yes, exactly. That's what good attorneys are trained and hired to do. We formulate persuasive arguments for our clients to achieve their goals. So back to this scenario. The court has to decide what is equitable, meaning what is fair in this scenario. Now, even though the lottery ticket is marital property, it's not automatically split 50-50. So the court has the right to let one party keep it all or split it in any fashion it wants. Here's what I think would happen. If the parties are recently separated and still handling finances as if they're still together, I think there's a greater chance of an even split. However, the longer the parties have been separated and the more they're totally living separate lives, the more likely it is then that the court will give more or all of the lottery winnings to the party who purchased the ticket. Now, I've done divorces for people who've been separated as much as 20 years. I feel pretty strongly that after 20 years of separation, living totally separate financial lives with no communication with each other, and by the way, I've had those divorces, well then if one of those spouses wins the lottery and the other spouse finds out about it and finally decides to pull the trigger and file for divorce and also tries to get half of those winnings, I don't think they're too likely to be able to persuade a judge to give them much, if any, of that money. Hey, thanks for watching this video. Be sure to click subscribe, like, follow, and turn on the alerts so that you'll get notified when we post our newest videos. Please share these videos and leave us some comments and ask us questions and tell us what other topics you'd like for me to talk about. Join our Facebook group at Georgia Divorce and Custody for even more information. And as always, I look forward to seeing you on the next video.